The lessons this morning are from 1 Samuel, a book filled with wonderful stories, and from Paul's second letter to the Corinthians. Hear the word of God. Now the boy, Samuel, was serving the Lord under Eli. The Lord's word was rare at that time, and visions weren't widely known. One day, Eli, whose eyes had grown so weak he was unable to see, was lying down in his room. God's lamp hadn't gone out yet, and Samuel was lying down in the Lord's temple, where God's chest was. The Lord called to Samuel. "I'm here," he said. Samuel hurried to Eli and said, "I'm here, you called me." "I didn't call you," Eli replied. "Go lie down." So he did. Again the Lord called Samuel, so Samuel got up, went to Eli and said, "I'm here, you called me?" "I didn't call, my son," Eli replied. "Go and lie down." Now Samuel didn't yet know the Lord, and the Lord's word hadn't yet been revealed to him. A third time the Lord called Samuel. He got up, went to Eli, and said, "I'm here, you called me?" Then Eli realized that it was the Lord who was calling the boy, so Eli said to Samuel, "Go and lie down. If he calls you, say, 'Speak, Lord, your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down where he'd been. Then the Lord came and stood there, calling just as before, "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel said, "Speak, your servant is listening." St. Paul wrote, "We don't preach about ourselves. Instead, we preach about Jesus Christ as Lord, and we describe ourselves as your servants for Jesus' sake. God said that light should shine out of the darkness. He is the same who shone in our hearts to give us the light of the knowledge of God's glory in the face of Jesus Christ. But we have this treasure in clay pots, so that the awesome power belongs to God and doesn't come from us. We are experiencing all kinds of trouble, but we aren't crushed. We are confused, but we aren't depressed. We are harassed, but we aren't abandoned. We are knocked down, but we aren't knocked out. We always carry Jesus' death around in our bodies, so that Jesus' life can also be seen in our bodies. We who are alive are always being handed over to death for Jesus' sake, so that Jesus' life can be seen in our bodies that are dying. So death is at work in us, but life is at work in you." May God bless these holy words to our living of the gospel. Amen.